everyone. Welcome to the second episode of CXO Spice Talk. I'm Helen Yu, founder and CEO at Taigang Advisory. Today, my special guest is Ilan Avener, Director of Product Management at AudioCodes. AudioCodes is a pioneer and leading provider for converged business voice solutions that specialize in connecting voice networks. Ilan, welcome to the show. And our topic today is how to turn conversational AI chatbots to voice bots to connect them to voice and telephony. So over the past year, we've seen lots of contact centers overwhelmed with high velocity of customer queries coming from multiple channels. This leads to both higher cost and poor customer experience. Ilan, can you explain to the audience what conversational AI is?
Okay, so hi, Alan. Hey, Pop. It's a pleasure to speak with you today about conversational AI and what AudioCodes are doing in this aspect and how we can help customers with voice bots specifically. About your questions about conversational AI. Okay, so in general, conversational AI is the ability of machines to communicate with people with their natural language. Okay, so it may happen with multiple channels. It can be based on chat or on voice. When we're speaking about chat, it can be WhatsApp, Facebook, web chat, or whatever, and voice is basically with a telephony. It relies on multiple technologies, and we see a lot of advance in this type of technologies lately. This is why it becomes more and more popular. Naming few of the technologies, we can speak about natural language understanding, which is very mature today, bot frameworks that allow you to build your conversational flow with low-code flow editors, and also integrate them with their CRM systems. And specifically, if we talk about voice, also advances in text-to-speech and speech-to-text. We also see a lot of providers for these technologies: Google, Microsoft, Amazon. I can name a lot of providers in this area. So this is in general about how what is conversational AI and the fact that it becomes very, very popular today.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. So what are the benefits of conversational AI?
Okay, so you named before, Helen, you named a few challenges that contact centers are overwhelmed with lots of calls, and conversational AI can help with this. And the first thing that you can do with conversational AI is to deflect calls from live agents to self-service. Now, this self-service can be with chat and also with chatbots, or also can be with voice bots. You can also, with the conversational AI, you can assist live agents with virtual assistants that can passively listen to the call and assist the live agent. This way, you can have, first, you can eliminate the hold time. Hold time is a very big problem, specifically when you're overwhelmed with calls. The first problem will be the hold time. You can eliminate the hold time because bots are available 24/7. And while you handle customer queries, you can handle them quicker and more accurate and consistent with bots. So this leads to two things. First, it reduces the operational costs, and also it enhances the user experience.
Yeah, I've been working with conversational AI companies since 2017. I find that some of them have voice, some of them don't have voice. So why is it important to add voice to conversational AI, and how can it be implemented by companies?
Okay, so first about voice. Voice is it's a primal and the most intuitive way for human communications. If you want to reach a contact center or call center or a contact center, most of the times you will try to call the contact center and speak with an agent. Now, specifically the ways to interact with voice, the most common one, of course, is based on telephony. This is a telephone is available everywhere. You can call it from any mobile phone or landline phone. You don't need to be near a smart speaker or download any type of application. So this is the most common way for humans to communicate with their service centers.
So what are the typical challenges to add voice and telephony to chatbots during deployment?
Okay, so let's name a little bit, let's speak about what are the different telephony channels. Okay, so when we say telephony, what exactly do we mean? The first ones, there are multiple telephony channels. The first one are the public telephony providers, the one who supplies the 1-800 numbers, let's say AT&T, Verizon, Vodafone, whatever. So this is the first type of telephony channel. Another one, which is most common one, I think, are the contact center providers. Like Genesys, like Nice inContact, like Avaya, like Cisco, or Amazon Connect. This is another type of telephony channel. So these are the various telephony channels. And while speaking about the challenges, so let's say first, telephony is based on multiple protocols, multiple standards, and these standards can be very complex when you compare them to the new voice services or new cloud services that are web-based, based on HTTP. So someone needs to bridge this gap, okay, between the various standards of the voice over IP to the various voice cognitive services, which are proprietary APIs usually. Now, when you go to a specific customer and you want to connect to his telephony channel, usually you'll find out that he uses, let's say, a Cisco contact center, a specific version, and it's not only to bridge the gap. Each one of the providers implemented the protocols a little bit differently, picked up his own flavor of the protocol. And you will be required to connect. The IT department usually will be reluctant to change what they have. They will request you to connect to exactly what they have on premise or on the cloud. So you will be required to connect to what they specifically have. This is a challenge. This is one type of challenge. We have another two types. We have multiple challenges. I will focus on another two. Another one, which is very important, is the user for voice bots, okay, is to have a good user experience. Now, a good user experience first means that the bot should understand what you're saying. And the first thing that should be accurate is the speech to text. And speech-to-text detection is very sensitive to voice quality. And voice quality specifically for telephony is a challenge because it goes over multiple hops. It uses a specific codec. So voice quality, and another thing which is related is also conversational delays. If you speak with a bot and you experience conversational delays, this will be a bad user experience. So this is another challenge. And the third one I'm going to speak about is about adjusting the user experience to the telephony channel. So while you speak with a call comes from the contact center, you have a context to this call. And when you develop a bot, you need to relay to this context. If someone calls you, you want to greet him with his name. So we need to know his name. We need to know his telephone number. You may want also to escalate to human agent. This is a common use case. Because of multiple reasons, you may want to escalate to human agent. How you escalate to human agent, how you share the context with the human agent, because a common problem is that the human agent starts from scratch, asking all the questions all over again. So what you want to share the context. So these are some of the challenges, and there are a lot more when you want to integrate bots to telephony channels.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that I had to scream to my Siri sometimes and then repeat my request multiple times. I can only imagine the challenge there. But how can AudioCodes help to address the voice and telephony challenges?
Okay, so AudioCodes has a vast experience of 25 years of connecting voice networks. This is what we're doing for the last 25 years that we're a pioneer in voice over IP, and we utilize this expertise. And about 3 years ago, we developed a solution called Voice AI Connect. This product utilizes our expertise to connect any bot framework, or let's say most of the popular bot frameworks, to any telephony channel. Now, while I say telephony channel, I mean all of the telephony channels I mentioned before. Okay, so Cisco, Avaya, Genesis, whatever telephony channel, AT&T, Verizon, we can connect to. We also offer it as a fully managed service. So we don't expect the bot developers to be experts for voice over IP because we are the experts. So we're doing the whole integration, and we make it as easy as possible to the bot developers, and also can connect them to any telephony channel. Another thing that we can offer while we're speaking about voice bots is that sometimes you need to utilize external services, such as text-to-speech services, speech-to-text services, and there are multiple providers, multiple bot frameworks, and also multiple providers for the text-to-speech and speech-to-text. So we have a best-of-breed approach that we allow the solution provider to choose his best provider for any of the technologies, and build the richest voice experience for their customers.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of that, I actually attended the webinar you hosted with Vodafone recently. Vodafone happens to be my customer. They operate mobile and fixed networks in 21 countries and partners with mobile networks in 48 others. I was fascinated to hear that Vodafone uses Voice AI Connect to enable these customers to talk to Toby. That's a friendly digital assistant. Could you elaborate their voice use cases here?
Yes. So Vodafone, I think, is a great example of the value of the Voice AI Connect. So let's Vodafone has Vodafone Toby. Vodafone Toby is a Vodafone digital assistant, and they use it in multiple countries. They have services in multiple countries, and they use Vodafone for all of the customer queries. It can be any type of customer query. And they started with chat, and now they're moving to voice. While they move to voice, they experience lots of challenges. Now think about it. This is a multinational company with multiple setups and multiple languages and multiple dialects. Okay, so the first thing is that each country has its own contact center implementation. So they may have Cisco, they may have Avaya or Genesis, and they looked for a solution that can seamlessly connect to any of their country's contact centers. This is one challenge that I had. The other challenge that I had is that being a multinational company, they work with multiple languages and multiple dialects. So they also wanted to be able to choose or to pick up their best providers for text-to-speech and speech-to-text. This is exactly what AudioCodes Voice AI Connect brings to the table. So and they also looked for someone who can help them with all these type of integrations, to be the expert for all the voice integrations, and this is exactly what we give them. And the Voice AI Connect I think is a perfect solution for them because it addresses exactly the challenges that they were experiencing.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's apparently the common challenge most of the large organizations face today, right? So what are other benefits can AudioCodes Voice AI Connect brings, besides basic connectivity?
Okay, so with the Voice AI Connect, we first basically focused on the integration between the bot frameworks and the various telephony channels. But our vision is much wider than just doing the connectivity. We are already now exposing the various voice AI technologies like text-to-speech and speech-to-text. So we allow the customers to pick up their provider for each of the technologies. And our aim is to expose any cognitive services, voice cognitive services, to the bot developers, that they will have native APIs on the bot framework, and that they will be able to build the richest voice applications with very simple APIs, okay? And with the best providers, with a provider of choice, let's say, okay? So we started with text-to-speech and speech-to-text. We're adding more and more. We're already now adding speaker verification. It's the ability to authenticate speakers according to the voice signature. Voice biometrics is another thing we're going to add to detect emotions, for instance, according to the voice. outbound calling and outbound calling campaigns. Using this, any bot developer will be able to build. It's not a closed garden anymore. Yeah, it's you will be able to choose the best provider for each of the functionalities and build the richest voice applications. This is the vision, and this is the other benefits that we're going to bring to the table, other than basic connectivity.
Well, excellent. I've learned so much from this conversation, Ilan. Technology defeats its purpose if it does not serve the greater good of society and solve real problems. So thank you for sharing how audio codes make the impact in the real world. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to meet you and chat with you here today. I hope we have an opportunity to see you in person in Tel Aviv next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah, you're welcome to Tel Aviv, and it was a pleasure speaking with you today.
Thank you, Ilan.